I don't even know what the hell is going on in Cleveland. I don't. But this is not a good sign for Shedeur Sanders. He's, of course, supposed to be, or he is listed as the third quarterback on the Cleveland Browns depth chart. But for whatever reason, we have now discovered that Shedeur Sanders is not running the Browns scout team. And in fact, he may not be getting any practice reps.
Oh, you're seriously not ready for this madness. The NFL just took logic, slammed it into reverse, and set it on fire like a bad stunt gone wrong. Picture waking up to the wildest headline imaginable. Bailey Zappe is starting over Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, that Bailey Zappe, and get this, Shedeur isn't even running scout team. What kind of twisted football timeline are we living in? This isn't a sport anymore. It's pure sitcom chaos with a football as the punchline. If you're watching this right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps way more than you think. Because trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. The football world is straight up in disbelief. Fans everywhere are staring at their screens like, wait, what just happened? It's like the league just handed out clown shoes to everyone in management. Even Bailey Zappe's own mom probably had to refresh her phone 3 times to believe it. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the guy crowned as the next face of the league, the future, the headline maker, the walking highlight reel, isn't just benched, he's erased. Not even scout team reps. That's not a snub.
Told y'all he's not even running team reps at all. We already put that out there, right? But remember when they got Zappe Bailey and I told y'all, pay attention to that move. The video is up there. We all knew the move of getting Zappe Bailey, the former Patriots, former Kansas City Chiefs. We know what the reasoning was. It was not to utilize Shedeur Sanders, but we got breaking news for you guys once again. Let me put the boy in the picture right quick, or should I say the man, Bailey himself.
That's a full-blown eviction notice from the house of football greatness. It's like management changed the locks and didn't tell him. Think about how wild this is. The franchise savior, the dude fans were ready to build statues for, is now standing on the sidelines while Bailey Zappe, the quarterback equivalent of plain toast at a 5-star brunch, takes the field. It's giving Major expecting filet mignon, but getting gas station meatloaf energy. Fans were promised a steakhouse experience, but management just rolled up with a lukewarm lunch tray and said, good luck. And don't even try to call this strategy. It's not. This isn't football logic. This is chaos wearing a headset. Nothing about this move makes sense. Zappe's resume isn't exactly dripping in greatness. It's more like a sticky note that says average but available.
That's Bailey Zappe of New England Patriots backup quarterback fame, a quarterback that Bill Belichick was inexplicably in love with for reasons I don't know. Reasons I don't know. He was inexplicably in love with Bailey Zappe. But nonetheless, Bailey Zappe, who had been with the Chiefs, he got like cut or actually put on the practice squad, I think. I think the Browns brought him over. Whatever it is, who cares? Why is this is nuts.
This whole thing screams desperation, confusion, and maybe just a sprinkle of delusion. It's like comparing a busted flip phone with crackling buttons to a brand new iPhone, and then somehow saying, yeah, I'll take the flip phone. Feels right. Who in their right mind does that? Unless this team is secretly playing football roulette with their own season, there's no other explanation. Meanwhile, Shedeur is probably staring at that depth chart like it's an episode of some low-budget prank show. Not starting? Fine, maybe. But not even on scout team? That's not just a slap in the face. That's like being told to go sit in the hallway while the grown-ups make bad decisions. He's not just being benched, he's being erased from the picture. The man went from being the lead actor in the movie to the guy holding a coffee cup in the background. And no one even yelled action.
Wonder at this point is, why is he on the squad? Who's running the show? Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslam? Because I've told you guys, I did not think he would get cut because I don't think Jimmy Haslam will allow him to get cut because I don't care what they say. I don't care what Jimmy Haslam says. You won't convince me he wasn't Jimmy Haslam's pick. All right? I'm sorry. Your coach and your general manager does not make a pick in the 5th round, and they show the camera on them, and they both look like they're mad as hell.
And let's be real, that's not player development. That's punishment without a reason. The teams acting like this is all just business as usual, smiling through the disaster like, yeah, Bailey Zappe's running the show now, and Shedeur, he's probably solving Sudoku in the locker room. What? That's not normal. That's delusional. The fire alarm's blaring, the building's filling with smoke, and management's pretending it's just vibes. Fans are absolutely losing it. Half of them are trying to convince themselves this is some secret 4D chess master plan, like the coaches are playing galaxy brain football the rest of us just can't comprehend. Spoiler alert, it's not. There's no science, no strategy, just pure chaos dressed up like a press conference. It's like someone spun a quarterback roulette wheel and boom, landed right on the most confusing option possible. Well, if the goal was to confuse everyone beyond reason, congrats, mission accomplished. The irony here is absolutely savage. Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be the next big headline, the polished, marketable star built for highlight reels and endorsement deals. His name sells tickets, jerseys, and ESPN segments like candy at halftime. Yet somehow, this same man isn't even worth scout team reps. Make it make sense. At this point, the NFL might as well announce that the next Pro Bowl will feature mascots playing quarterback while the real athletes hand out water bottles. Because honestly, that would make more sense than this circus. And let's be real, poor Bailey Zappe, bless his heart, has just found himself in the most uncomfortable spotlight imaginable. No matter how he plays, the story's not about him.
In that, not Shedeur Sanders is running the Browns scout team at all. He's not even running the scout team. You might as well put him on a practice squad or tell him, go home, here's the playbook, come back next year. I mean, am I lying? So the trade rumors are valid, and I told you guys like before, is that Shedeur Sanders is being messed with by the Cleveland Browns, meaning that they're declining any type of trades and just holding on to him to deter his actual career. That
he could throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the entire timeline would still be screaming, yeah, but what about Shedeur? Zappe is not the hero of this saga. He's the placeholder quarterback who accidentally wandered into the middle of a storm. The poor guy's just trying to keep his helmet straight while chaos rains down around him. But the real twist, the politics behind it all, NFL teams don't just make quarterback decisions, they stage full-blown soap operas with plot twists that would make reality TV jealous. And this one's already shaping up to be the most awkward locker room in the league. Just picture it. Bailey Zappe trying to rally the huddle with shaky pep talks while Shedeur Sanders stands nearby like a silent king, radiating that unbothered sideline energy. Every teammate feels it. They know talent when they see it. They also know when management's out here stacking the roster like it's a dangerous game of Jenga. One wrong move, and the whole thing collapses. That locker room must feel like an office after the boss randomly promotes the intern over the guy with the corner desk. Awkward silence, forced smiles, and side eyes sharp enough to slice through the playbook. The vibe, tense. The energy, uncomfortable. The drama, absolutely elite.
Let's see what we have here. If Bailey Zappe shows any life or any kind of resemblance of a starting quarterback or even a guy that can come in and spot you a game or two, this is a guy I think that you roll forward into next year with, possibly.
Let me put your mind at ease here about, these quarterbacks going into next year. There is nothing that we could possibly see on Saturday from Bailey Zappe that's going to say, hey, maybe this is a guy to keep around next year. We're playing the freaking Baltimore Ravens in a standalone game. It's not like Bailey Zappe, hey, we're going to give you the next 3 games to kind of see. This is the only game.
Fans aren't helping one bit. They've turned this whole mess into a meme factory. Every clip of Bailey Zappe tossing a pass gets instantly compared to what Shedeur would have done. Every overthrow? Put Shedeur in. Every touchdown? Imagine if Shedeur had that drive. It's chaos disguised as a quarterback competition, and the internet's eating it up like it's their favorite soap opera. But let's talk about the future. Because if Shedeur Sanders isn't even running scout team, then what's the plan here? Are they benching him for an entire season? Are they secretly prepping him for some ridiculous Hollywood spinoff called Quarterbacks Anonymous? Or maybe they're just hoping he magically forgets how to throw so they never have to deal with his spotlight again. None of this adds up. It's pure madness in shoulder pads. At this point, Bailey Zappe starting over Shedeur Sanders isn't about skill. It's about chaos. It's about management deciding to toss gasoline on a perfectly fine campfire just to watch it explode. And guess what? It's blowing up big time. Fans are glued to their screens, watching a quarterback decision that makes as much sense as putting pineapple on lasagna. It's messy, it's weird, and somehow it's impossible.
I'm going to Baltimore, a 4:30 game. You can get tickets there for $32. I am going to take Baltimore, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Baltimore win, and they clinch the AFC North, and I think they'll take care of the Browns just fine. And Bailey Zappe going to start
Yes, he is.
for the Cleveland Browns. Old friend Bailey Zappe, who plays a big fan of his. And
I love Bailey. Bailey, you know what? I'm not going to deny it. I am a big fan of yours. If you get a chance, stop in and we'll talk about it. We'll bring you on the show.
To look away. So here we are, standing in football twilight. Bailey Zappe, the unexpected starter, and Shedeur Sanders, the ghost haunting the depth chart. The NFL has officially proven once again that it's not really about football anymore. It's about the drama, the confusion, and the entertainment value wrapped in shoulder pads. And honestly, I can't even be mad. It's too wild to ignore. What a circus. What a show. This isn't just football nonsense anymore. It's primetime comedy disguised as sports. This isn't football anymore. It's straight up performance art. Shedeur Sanders has somehow become the unpaid intern of the Cleveland quarterback room. Not starting, not even running scout team, just floating around like a forgotten legend in limbo. He's basically been downgraded to a sideline hype man, giving motivational speeches no one asked for. Every time the camera pans to him, you can almost hear the laugh track from a bad sitcom playing in the background. And now he's getting leapfrogged by Bailey Zappe, a man who wasn't on anyone's Christmas list. Nobody asked for this. You couldn't even convince Madden to let you sub Zappe in over Shedeur. The game would probably crash out of sheer embarrassment. Yet here we are in real life, watching Cleveland trip over its own shoelaces while pretending it's part of some master plan. What a joke.
Quarterback coach Bill Musgrave has entered the chat and stood on the podium and gave us some interesting comments about these young quarterbacks. You don't want to talk about it? Because y'all know that there has been chatter about Shedeur, about Dylan Gabriel.
The disrespect here is wild. Shedeur isn't just benched. He's been ghosted by his own team. Imagine showing up to practice and realizing your reps got handed out like free samples at Costco. That's the level of absurdity we're dealing with right now. And the craziest part, Cleveland's acting like this is all totally normal. It's like breaking up with someone and still expecting them to pay your rent. The nerve of it all. The audacity. At this point, you have to seriously wonder if Cleveland even knows what it's doing, or if they've secretly decided to turn the entire season into a sketch comedy show. Because from the outside, this doesn't look like a football program. It looks like Saturday Night Live, Browns edition. This is the same franchise that once passed on future Hall of Famers to draft quarterbacks who couldn't even dominate a middle school flag football game. So honestly, maybe this chaos is just on brand for Cleveland. Confuse the fans, sabotage the roster, and then shrug when everything collapses. It's practically their business model. But let's get straight to it. Why is Shedeur Sanders still in Cleveland? What's he even holding on to? Loyalty? To a team that's made it crystal clear they don't value him? Come on. Cleveland isn't going to wake up one morning and suddenly say, wow, maybe we should have respected Shedeur. That day's not coming. They've already shown their cards. Shedeur should have been demanding a trade yesterday. Not next week, not next season, yesterday. Because every single day he stays there, he's letting this franchise treat him like an extra in his own story. You know it's bad when the highlight of your week is handing the practice ball to a starter who shouldn't even be starting.
This collusion to the max, bro. This is collusion to the max. You can't hide it no more. I am done with the Cleveland Browns.
completely.
That's not development. That's straight up career sabotage. And don't give me that wait your turn nonsense. Wait his turn for what exactly? For Bailey Zappe to suddenly remember he's Bailey Zappe? For Cleveland's front office to finally pull their heads out of the sand and realize they're wasting the most marketable young quarterback they've had in years? Let's be real. That's not patience. That's self-inflicted torture. The NFL is a game of opportunity, and Cleveland's making it crystal clear. They don't plan on giving Shedeur or one. So why stick around? Why not force their hand? Why not go somewhere, anywhere, that actually knows how to use talent instead of burying it under confusion and politics?
True what you said. Neither of these guys have ever not been the guy. And that happens a lot with guys who enter the NFL. They've been the starters their whole lives. And so there's a transition there. And for the first week, they did a nice.
There are at least 10 teams right now that would sprint, not walk, to sign Shedeur Sanders. It's time he stops waiting for Cleveland to change, because this franchise clearly won't. It's like being a 5-star chef forced to work at a gas station heating up burritos. Technically, yeah, you're still in the food industry, but everyone knows your talent is being criminally wasted. That's Shedeur Sanders right now. He's a gourmet quarterback stuck in a drive-through offense that keeps burning the fries. And Cleveland fans, man, they deserve better too. Because let's be honest, nobody's paying good money to watch Bailey Zappe lead this offense. That's not entertainment, that's punishment with a scoreboard. The stands aren't roaring his name, they're quietly whispering, why isn't Shedeur in? It's like paying for front row seats to a Beyonce concert and getting the opening act doing off-key karaoke instead. The disappointment is real. Cleveland is so allergic to competence, it's almost impressive.
Team, if he's not even running scout team, which
He's
I don't
a
know.
developmental project, Chris.
I'd love to ask him. Now today is Stefanski's day to cop out, which I love.
Yes,
he's
he
smart.
gives the coordinator.
So smart.
Yeah.
Somebody better ask Tommy Reese whether Shedeur's running scout team, because I heard he's not.
I'm done with the Cleveland Browns. I'm done. I am completely, utterly, and literally done with the Cleveland Browns. How has Shedeur not taken a scout team rep? Better yet, how has Shedeur not taken a rep? I ain't talking about individual drills. I'm talking about team reps going against the defense 11 on 11. Like
they've turned bad quarterback management into an Olympic-level sport. 5 decades of picking the wrong guy at the wrong time for the wrong reasons. And now they're doubling down by turning Shedeur Sanders into a ghost. If this isn't sabotage, it's the most convincing imitation of it we've ever seen. You think they'd want to protect their asset, build him up, develop him, make him the face of the franchise? That's what smart teams do. They nurture talent, not bury it under mediocrity. Instead, Cleveland's running a full-blown comedy routine starring Bailey Zappe, while Shedeur Sanders is stuck holding a clipboard like an unpaid assistant coach. And that's the Cleveland brand now. Confusion, memes, and wasted potential. Every week feels like a rerun of the same bad sitcom, and the punchline never changes. The truth is simple. This isn't football management anymore. It's a performance of chaos that even Hollywood couldn't script better. Shedeur Sanders needs to pack his bags. Now! He's got to walk into that front office, drop a polite little note that says, "Thanks, but no thanks," and bounce before his career turns into a cautionary tale. Because staying in Cleveland at this point isn't loyalty. It's career malpractice. It's like volunteering to be the punchline on every sports talk show in America. Everyone knows what happens to players who stick around in Cleveland too long. They vanish, they get chewed up by dysfunction, spat out by the chaos machine, and stamped with that ugly bust label when in reality, the franchise set them up to fail from day one. Cleveland doesn't rebuild. It recycles disappointment.
More information coming out of the Browns locker room and practice facility about how they are mistreating Shedeur Sanders. Information is that Shedeur is being mistreated, but that's something we already know. See, what is more fascinating about this is that, right before I got, hold to this information, somebody wrote in the comments, somebody said, John, you know what? Why do they even got Bailey Zappe on the team getting more offensive reps than Shedeur? I have no clue. Why is there an agenda getting pushed for Bailey Zappe to possibly get moved up to QB3, and Shedeur Sanders literally sits at practice and stands there?
That's the real danger here. If Shedeur doesn't leave soon, they're going to drag him down into that same swamp of broken dreams and endless rebuilds. What's happening right now isn't development. It's sabotage disguised as structure. They're calling it growth, but it's really a slow sink into football purgatory. This kind of treatment doesn't just hurt your stats. It messes with your confidence, it crushes momentum, and it leaves fans wondering if the whole league slipped into an alternate universe where talent gets punished. Shedeur's too good, too sharp, and too marketable to waste away in a system that doesn't know what to do with him. It's time to go before Cleveland turns him into just another ghost of what could have been. Bailey Zappe starting over Shedeur Sanders isn't just a bad football decision, it's a billboard-sized warning sign flashing, "Cleveland has no idea what it's doing." It's so outrageous you'd think it was a parody sketch. A joke so painful even stand-up comedians wouldn't touch it. A joke so obvious the punchline practically writes itself, and somehow the only people not laughing are the ones running the team. Cleveland's out here treating chaos like strategy, and everyone can see it except the folks in charge. And the sad truth, if Shedeur Sanders doesn't get out soon, he's not going to be the story. He's going to be part of the punchline. The star that should have shined bright will end up dimmed by the very system that claimed to believe in him. So yeah, Cleveland, congratulations. You've turned a quarterback controversy into a full-blown comedy act. What a circus, what a mess. And for the rest of us, we'll be here watching it unfold in real time. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It helps more than you know. And I'll see you in the next one because trust me, this saga isn't over yet.